So go ahead and get comfy. Sitting up nice and tall. Oh. Normally, I would encourage you to change the cross of your feet if you're always sitting in one particular way, but I've given up on that for today. But if you want to try it, go right ahead. You're moving the buttocks flesh back and you're making sure that your sitting bones. So normally you would feel them sitting, like hitting the mat or your block. But see if you can allow your pelvis to tilt forward so that you're not sitting directly on top of them, but maybe a little bit more in front of them. And then making sure that your head is over your heart and that your heart is over your pelvis. And then you can go ahead and hold a mudra of your favorite mudra, just to help to ground and settle you. If you're not sure, you can choose Dhyana mudra, the mudra of seal of concentration, where you take your right hand and your left and place the tip of the thumbs to touch, and you can just rest them here. Or you can bring your thumb and index together, extend the 3 remaining fingers, and just rest them down for Jhana mudra. Okay. And you can close your eyes and take a few moments just to arrive here fully. Feel into your breath. Just notice how it's moving through the body. Just notice how your body feels at this particular moment in time. And I do think it's a good idea to check in with how you feel now so that you have something to compare when you get to the end of your practice. In my first teacher training, 5-6 years ago, one of the things we always open our class with is a reminder to let go of expectations, to let go of competition, and to just breathe and feel into your body and just have a sense of acceptance. And knowing that whatever we offer up for a practice in this particular moment in time is enough. And I think that that is something that we could remember throughout life, really. But I want you to remember that today, just to let go of any expectations, this idea of being perfect, and just accept whatever is offered up and know that it is enough. So if you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, I invite you to take a few moments to think about that now. And then bring your hands together in Anjali. And then open your palms for Pushpanjali. This is an offering. And offer up your practice to the benefit of all beings, or to the universe, to something bigger than you. And then bring your hands back to Anjali. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. Clear it out through your mouth. And then take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale. You can open your eyes and make your way onto your hands and knees. Move your props off to the side. Toes are tucked, knees under hips, wrists underneath shoulders. You know the drill. Fingers spread wide. Take an inhale. Lift your heart in your sitting bones and exhale, round your spine for cat pose. Couple more. Last one here. Stay rounded in your spine for your cat and just move your hips back towards your heels. Keep drawing your navel in and up. Move the hands a little bit further forward and come up onto your fingertips, bending all of the fingers at the joints and then pressing the tops of your fingers into the earth, lowering your upper body down for active child's pose. See if you can even get your baby toes to touch the floor. Even if they can't, just really reach them down. So every part of the body is working here. Navel is in. Take a full breath into the back and sides of the body. And exhale, draw your navel in. Maybe even draw the pelvic floor up a little bit here. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Take a huge breath in. And as you exhale, walk over to your right. Keep your hips over your heels. Make sure you're not allowing the right armpit or right side of the body to collapse. So it's touching the top of the right thigh. Pick it up to keep the spine long and their back level. Move the left hip back a little bit to deepen the stretch along the left side, feeling it from your armpit all the way down to your left hip crease. Maybe even create a little bit of length and space on the right side as well, even though you're in a side bend. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Hold the breath out, walk back to the middle. Take an inhale here and exhale over to the other side. Going as far over as you can maintain your right sitting bone over your right heel. Lifting up the left armpit if you felt it drop. Breathing deeply and fully. And then make your way back to center. Full breath in, full breath out. Rest your palms down and shift forward back into your hands and knees, moving into sunbird. So think of your cat and cow movements, just adding a little bit of hip extension and flexion. Take an inhale, keeping your knee bent, move the heel up to the ceiling as the heart moves forward. And exhale, round your spine, bringing your knee to your chin or your nose or your forehead. Inhaling up. And exhale, round your spine. This time, bring the foot up, hold it here, really press down into the ball and the toes of your left foot, float the knee off, and I'll pick it all the way up into 3-legged dog. Keeping your right knee bent, draw your left hip back, try not to open up the hips, hug the right knee into the midline. And I'll step it forward to the top of your mat. Place your left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, up and over to your right. Take the right hand down. Left arm is moving up and over into a little bit of a side bend. So I'm just going to turn to face you so I don't crash into my wall, but you can stay as you are. And now inhale back through the middle. As you exhale, rest your left hand down to the left and then sweep your right leg out, moving into a modified side plank. Take a full breath in here, and on the exhalation, bring your right arm alongside your right ear. Now the full breath in and exhale, sweep your hips back and the arms forward, coming up onto your fingertips. Think of a funky puppy variation. Full breath in, exhale. Slowly lower, kind of like we were just now in our extended and active child's pose. Take a full breath in, and on the exhalation, take the left arm over to the right. Left shoulder may come down, left side of the head may come down. Hold it here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Take one more full breath in, full breath out. Press down into your right fingertips and come back up. Reach the hips back, stretch the arms forward, let the head come down to the earth. And then slowly come back up onto your hands and come back to all fours. Sit back once again into your extended or active child's pose. Full breath in again, full breath out. Come back to the hands and knees, second side, left leg lifts. Heart lifts. Exhale, bring it in. Knee to nose, chin, or forehead. Inhale it up. Exhale, round. Moving with your breath. Really activate your inner thighs as you stretch the foot up so you're not opening up the hip. And I'll move the left foot up, hover the right knee, and pick it all the way up into your three-legged dog, keeping your left knee bent. Step it forward to the top of your mat by your left hand, rest your right knee. Huge breath in as you reach up for Anjaneyasana. And exhale over to the left. Left fingertips come down, reach the right arm up and over. Big breath in, reach it up and exhale it down and move into your side plank once again. Just shifting myself around here. Take your left arm alongside your left ear. Full breath in. And now exhale, move the hips back a little bit and sweep yourself around, coming into that funky puppy pose, active child's phase, mashup asana. Hold it here. Full breath in and exhale. Now take the right hand over to your left. Right shoulder may come down. Do not force it. Remember, we are paying attention to our body and honoring what we can do, where we can go, knowing that whatever we offer up is enough. One more full breath in and out. Press down into your left fingertips and come back. Take a full breath in and exhale. Allow the forehead and the chest to move down to the earth. And then slowly pick yourself back up and come back to active child's pose. Plant your palms and shift forward. Spin the biceps forward, bend your elbows, lift your heels up to the butt, lower, press up, and drop the feet, sit back. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower. Press up on the inhale, exhale, back. Couple more. Two more. Last one. Come all the way down. Come up onto your fingertips and step them or move them wider than your mat. Take an inhale into the mid upper back and lift yourself up. And exhale it all the way down. One more time. Inhale, pick it up. Hold it here. Draw the shoulders down. Take the sides of the throat back. And now slowly lower back down. Plant your palms. Tuck your toes under. Press up to your knees. Move the hips to the back. And I'll lift your hips up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. Hold it here in your dog. Just check in. Notice where you are in space, where your hands are, your feet. Check for your weight distribution. Where's more of the energy going? And can you shift it so it's more equally distributed? And now step your feet as wide as your sticky mat. Walk your hands back to your feet. The minute your heels land, shift the weight into the heels. Check the edges of your feet, making sure they are lined up with the edges of your mat. Bend your knees. Up on your fingertips again. Move the inner thighs back as you walk your hands further forward away from your feet. Functional forward fold. Full breath into the back and sides of the body. Exhale, draw your navel in. If you don't feel your pelvic floor lift on its own here, just draw it up a little bit. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Slide your hands to the shins and then move them up to the tops of your thighs. Draw the head of the arm bones back and then inhale with a nice long spine. Come all the way up. On the exhalation, turn your toes out and drop it down into goddess pose. Sweep your arms up. Palms are facing forward. Take a big breath in here. On the exhalation, exhale half through the mouth and bring the elbows down by the sides. Vastrika Pranayama, 11 rounds. Off we go. Inhale it up. Bring your palms to meet, interlace the fingers by the index. Exhale, drop it down even lower into your goddess. Moving your knees out, hold it here. Really extend your index fingers up towards the sky. Root down strong through the soles of your feet and the pelvis. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Good. Inhale, reach it up, straighten out the legs. Exhale, hands to heart. Turn the toes back to the front and hop back to the middle. Big breath in, sweep it up. Exhale it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold deeply, bend your knees and walk up to plank pose, Palankasana. Hold your plank. Hug everything into the midline, forearm shins. Big breath in and exhale it up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come up high into the balls of your feet, bend your knees, lift your gaze to your thumbs and either jump or step to the top of your mat into Uttanasana, your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding deeply. Bend your knees and inhale, sweep it all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take your hands up, interlace your fingers, and place your hands to the back of your head. Elbows are slightly forward. Just notice your shoulder blades and where they are in space and making sure that they're hugging and firmly snug onto the back of the rib cage. Press the back of your head into your hands and just gently lift the sides of the neck, making it nice and long. Take a full breath in here. On your exhalation, hinge the hips back and sit into Utkatasana chair. Hold this position here. Really hug into the midline, just like you did in your plank. Keep pushing the back of the head into the hands and offer some resistance, some support. Feel the entire posterior chin of your body light up. One more full breath in. Exhale it all the way down into Uttanasana. Inhale into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Hold it here in your low lunge. Take a full breath in. On the exhalation, slowly straighten out your right knee, any degree here. Keep the spine long, resist the urge to fold. Maybe walk your hands back so the wrists are aligned with your shoulders. Draw your right hip back, push your left heel down. Full breath in, full breath out. Pyramid long stance. Rebend your right knee, plant your palms and step it back into your downward facing dog. Inhale and move forward into plank. You can rest your knees if you wish. And exhale, lower into Chaturanga Dandasana and come all the way down. Inhale into Bhujangasana Cobra. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Tuck your toes. Inhale to your plank. And exhale, up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Pick your left leg up, keeping it straight as well as the hips and keeping your pelvis level. Step it forward to the top of your mat. Give yourself a moment here to feel into your alignment, into your body. Where is your left hip in relation to your right? Where it is and where it should be or could be. Slowly straighten out your left knee any degree here. Walk the hands back just to offer yourself a bit more support and stability. Move the left hip back a little bit and move the inner thigh back and up. Heart moves forward. Full breath in, full breath out. Rebend your left knee. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Shift the weight into the left leg. Float your right leg up. And now slowly bring your right foot down and fold into Uttanasana. Knees can be bent any degree you need here. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Palms can come to shins. Exhale, fold once again. Bend your knees, ground down through your legs. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands around behind you, interlacing your fingers. Take a full breath and reach your bind away from you as you lift your chest up. Stay strong and connected through your core, your inner thighs, your glutes, and your legs. Keep reaching the bind away from you, opening up the front side of the shoulders and the chest. And now take a full breath in. Exhale, sit back into Utkatasana once again, chair. It might be a little bit awkward, a little bit uncomfortable, but this is why we do yoga. So these things don't sweat us. Take another full breath in here and exhale it into a fold, keeping your bind moving it up and over, just opening up your shoulders a little bit more. Draw the head of the arm bones up away from your ears. Move your inner thighs back, lift your sitting bones up, just to straighten your legs a teeny tiny bit more. Big breath into the back and sides of the rib cage. Exhale, draw the navel in and see if you can deepen your fold any degree. Bend your elbows and release your fingertips to the earth. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, right foot to the back of the mat. Hold it here in your lunge. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Plant your right hand, or maybe stay up onto the fingertips. Take a full breath in, reach the left arm out, and as you exhale, open up into a twist. Slowly straighten out your left knee. Lean a little bit over to the right. Move your right shoulder blade to fit firmly to the back of the rib cage. Keep squeezing into the midline. Hold it here. Full breath in. Continue the journey with your left arm and sweep it all the way around. And then re-bend your left knee. Place the left hand down. Step it back into Adho Mukha. Inhale into plank. Take your full or Ardha Chaturanga. Inhale into Urdhva Mukha, up dog or take cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale it up and back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Right leg lifts. Whoops. Step it forward to the top of your mat. Pause here for a second. Either planting your left hand or staying up on your fingertips. Take an inhale and sweep your right arm forward. And exhale, open up to the inside of your right thigh. Hug into the midline. The right knee likes to pop out, the hip likes to pop out, but draw everything in. Slowly straighten out your right knee, any degree. And as you do that, draw the right hip back. Lean a little bit over to your left. This is the upper body that's leaning, not the entire body. Stay grounded and centered in the pelvis. One more full breath in. Sweep your right arm all the way around and rebend your right knee. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Shift your weight into your right leg. Float the left for your supported warrior 3. And I'll fold Uttanasana. Left foot rest. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees and inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So the next sequence is our mandala. We're going to go through it nice and slow so you get the hang of it, and then we'll pick up the pace and do it a couple of times without stopping. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale it down. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale into chaturanga. If you're feeling energetic, jump back or take a step to plank. And then take your chaturanga and then take up dog or cobra. And exhale it up and back, downward facing dog. So here we go. Right leg lifts. Shift forward into a three-legged plank. This is the beginning of the mandala, by the way. Come back to your three-legged dog. Cross your leg over the right leg over the left and shift forward into your three-legged plank. Let's do it that way. Couple more times. Sweep it up, cross it over, shift forward. Let's do 5. So 2 more. Cross it over, really cross and squeeze. 1 more, up, cross it over and squeeze. Pick it up again, step it forward. Come all the way up into a high lunge. Go ahead and drop your back heel and open up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Turn your right palm up. And now reverse your warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana. Straighten out your right knee for reverse triangle. Rebend the right knee, come through Warrior 2, left hand to left hip. Hop it forward into Ardha Chandrasana. Left fingertips can reach up to the sky. Rebend the right knee. Come back to Virabhadrasana 2. Shift your weight into the back leg, bend the knee, move into Skandasana. Just pausing here. Turn to the back of your mat. So you're in a low lunge. Drop your right hand. From here, take the left arm up. And now take your left foot back and stack it on top of your right for Vashisthasana, side plank. From your side plank, come back to a regular plank. Roll onto the left side, but stagger your feet. Take the right hand up, bring your left knee in towards the chest and stretch your left leg out for a side plank variation. Can't really do it here because I'm next to my wall. Come back to a regular plank into downward facing dog. So we're going to pause here before we go back through it again to the front. When you're doing it on your own, you won't stop. You'll bring that left leg from the variation up into three-legged dog and step it back to the top of the mat. I'm just giving you a moment to let that sit, okay? So starting with the left leg now, left leg lifts, three-legged dog, cross it over the right as you shift forward into your plank. Well, that's 1. Reach the left leg back up again, three-legged dog, cross it over, shift forward again, 2. 3. 4. 5. Three-legged dog. Step it up all the way to the top of your mat. Drop your back heel. Okay, I'm going to turn on some of my back on you guys. Come all the way up into your high lunge. So it's high lunge. Drop your back heel and open up into your Virabhadrasana 2, your Warrior 2. Left palm comes up. Reverse your warrior. Come into your reverse triangle. Come back to Warrior 2. Right hand to right hip. Hop it in. Shift into Ardha Chandrasana. Balancing half moon. Move back to Warrior 2. Hands to the heart. Shift the weight back into your Skandasana. Turn to the front of your mat for your lunge. Right arm reaches up for your twist. Drop your back heel, Stack the right leg on top of the left for your Vashisthasana. Roll through a plank. Stagger your feet as you drop them to the opposite side. Take the left arm up, bring the right knee into your chest, and then stretch it out for a variation of your side plank. Bring it back into the chest, come back through plank, or go right into downward dog. Okay, so that's the mandala. Are you ready? Let's take it from the top. We're not stopping until we get back to the front of the mat, and we're doing this 2 to 3 times. Okay, everybody ready? Let's get it done. Okay, right leg lifts. Cross it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-legged dog. Step it forward. High lunge. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Reverse triangle. Warrior 2. Half moon pose. Warrior 2. Skandasana. Low lunge, twist to the back of the mat. Side plank. Plank pose. Drop the heels, side plank. Left foot comes forward and up. Left leg lifts up, 3-legged dog. Cross it over the right, plank. Left leg lifts. Cross it over, plank. Keep going. 2 more. Three-legged dog. Left foot steps forward. High lunge. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Reverse triangle. Warrior 2. Half moon. Warrior 2. Skandasana. Turn to the front of the mat. Low lunge twist. Side plank. Plank. Funky side plank. Right knee comes to the chest. Stretch it out. Downward dog. Pause. Okay. Got it? 2 more times on your own. I'm coming in close to check you out. I'll call it out. So right leg lifts. Cross it over, shift forward into plank. 5 times, do that 5 times. Go at your pace. Once you've done 5, step your right foot through. Look up, kitty cat. High lunge. Good. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Reverse triangle. Warrior 2. Half moon pose. Warrior 2. Good. Skandasana. Bend the back knee. Good. Turn to the back of your mat. Low lunge twist. Side plank. Plank. Side plank on the other side. Staggered feet. Left knee comes in. Stretch the left leg out. Sweep it up and back. 3-legged dog. Cross it over the right. Shift forward plank. 5 times. After 5, left leg steps through. High lunge. Warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Reverse triangle. Warrior 2. Half moon pose. Warrior 2. Skandasana. Turn to the back of the mat, or the front in this case. Twisted lunge. Side plank. Plank pose. Staggered feet, side plank. Right knee comes in, stretch the right leg out, take it back, downward dog. So once you're back at the front of the mat, hold it here for 5 breaths and then do it again. Megan, I'll do it with you if you're lost or if you need a break. Downward facing dog. One more round, ladies. We got this. And again, if you got the sequence, go right ahead, move at your pace. Downward dog, right leg lifts. Cross it over the left, shift forward to plank. 5 times. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-legged dog, step your right foot forward. High lunge. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Reverse triangle. Come back to warrior 2. Half moon. Back to warrior 2. Bend the back knee, shift your weight back, Skandasana. Turn to the back of the mat. Drop the right hand, left arm lifts for your twist. Stack the left foot on the right for your side plank. Come back to plank. Drop your heels to the left, feet are staggered. Right arm up. Left knee into chest, stretch your left leg out. Don't wait on me if you know where you're going. Come back to 3-legged dog. Left leg is up. Cross it over the right, shift forward to plank. Lift it up. Cross it over again, shift forward. This is 2. And up. 3. And up. 4. And up. 5. And up. Step it forward. High lunge. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Reverse triangle. Warrior 2. Balancing half moon. Oh boy, somebody's sitting down. Back to warrior 2. Skandasana. Turn. Twisted low lunge. Side plank. Ooh, regular plank. Side plank again. Right knee comes in. Right leg out. Downward dog hold. Rest. Unless you want to do it again, you can. Take a rest in child's pose or downward facing dog. Your choice. Slow your breath down. All the way down. Oftentimes when we come to our practice, we're just mindlessly going through the motions. But what I like about Mandala Flows is it requires you to remain present. It requires us to, if we've taken the time out of our day to do this, then why aren't we fully present? Why aren't we fully connected to the breath, to our body? Take one more full breath in and out. And then go ahead and make your way back up into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sweep your right leg up and step it forward to the top of your mat. Come on up into a high lunge. Drop your back heel. Lift up your right toes and turn so that your feet are parallel to each other. And then drop your arms to shoulder height for Tarasana. Just checking that your wrists and your ankles are stacked. Once you have that, drop the arms down by the sides of your legs, palms face forward, bend all of your fingers. Bend your knees a little bit here and shift your hips back as you start to move your arms forward. Move your arms forward as you continue to shift your hips back, and the weight is in your heels, kind of like what we did for a functional forward fold. Really continue that action of the hands moving forward and the hips moving back. You want the greater trochanter, your hip bone, to be way back behind the heels. And hold it here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Draw the inner ankles, shins, heels, ball of foot in towards each other. Take a full breath in into the back and sides of the body. And now exhale, let your fingertips come down to the earth. Keep the weight in the heels, keep moving the inner thighs back. Keep inching or creeping the fingers forward, keeping your arms long, side body super long. Take an inhale, lift the heart up and walk the hands back so your wrists beneath your shoulders. On your exhalation, bend your right knee and walk around to the front of your mat, coming into a low lunge. Step it back to a three-legged dog with your hip open. So bend the knee, open up your hip. Try not to let the left armpit collapse. And now listen carefully, keeping your knee bent in this way. Move forward into a plank and bring your knee towards your elbow, but keep the knee turned out. Drop the knee down to the wrist, pick it back up to the elbow. Drop it down to the wrist, back up to the elbow, round your spine. One more time, drop it down to the wrist, back up to the elbow, and this time drop it down to the wrist for good. Pigeon pose, drop the left knee, flex your right ankle any degree, or if you can't really get it flexed here, at least activate your toes. Hold it here, come up onto your fingertips. Draw your right hip back and just move the left hip forward. Pull the low belly in and up. Full breath in. Exhale, keep that length and come out onto your forearms. We're taking it nice and easy now, holding these poses, just really breathing, taking you all the way down. Keep that scissoring action of your legs and stay connected through your inner thighs and your low belly. Shifting your left forearm a little bit over to your left and leaning a little bit over to your left. Reach your right arm out. You can take this option, you can leave it out, you can stay where you are. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Reach your right arm out on your inhale, and on the exhalation, just reach the right arm back and grab a hold of your right foot. Take a full breath in to the back body. On the exhalation, move the left rib cage forward. Push your foot into your hand. Draw the head of the arm bones back and spiral your heart up towards the sky. Hold it here. Take a big inhale, slowly and carefully release. Bring your forearm back onto the mat, re-extend through your left knee. With the toes tucked, charge up your left leg and float the knee off. Slide the right foot back to a forearm plank. Hold your forearm plank. Drop the hips off to one side. Come back through the middle, drop them over to the other side. So make sure you're not moving the upper body, you're just moving from the base of the ribs down through the legs. Again to the right, and over to your left, to your right, to the left. Couple more, one more each side. Come back to center, walk your feet in, moving into dolphin pose. Really bend the knees now, charge your arms up, take a full breath in, press into the palms, lift your elbows up, downward facing dog. Shift for plank. You can rest the knees, lower into your chaturanga. Take your up dog or cobra, and exhale it up and back. Downward facing dog. Hold it here, nice and steady. Turn around. Inhale, left leg lifts. And step it forward to the top of your mat. Come on up into your high lunge. And I move into your Tadasana position once again. This time, take your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. With a slight bend to the knee, really ground down through your legs. Take an inhale, heart lifts. On your exhalation, hinge the hips back as you fold your body in half. Bring your arms up and over. On your next inhalation, lift up halfway. Release your body to the floor. Exhale here. Bend your left knee and walk around. You should be coming back to the front of your mat. And now plant your hands and step it back into three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Shift your weight forward, bring your knee to your elbow, and drop it down to the wrist and pick it back up. Drop it down, pick it back up. Last one here, drop it all the way down, let your right knee rest, and move into your pigeon pose. Spreading the toes, coming up onto your fingertips, scissoring the legs, low belly in, inhale, reach it up, and exhale, come onto your forearms, hold it here. Breathing deeply and fully. So moving your right forearm over to the right a little bit and leaning over to the right, elbow in line with shoulder. Reach your left arm out. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Take a full breath in, and on the exhalation, you can lean over to the right and reach your left hand back to grab a hold of your right foot. Take a full breath in, and on the exhalation, move the right rib cage forward. Lean a bit to the right. Push your left foot into the hand and offer up your heart to the sky. Breathe. Toes are active and vibrant. And very slowly and carefully release. No forearm plank. Just draw up your right hip. Your left hip. And bring your right leg around. Come into a seated knees to chest. Just hug yourself deeply. Lift your chest up. Maybe rock yourself. Console yourself. We're nearly there. We're almost done. I promise you've done the hardest part of the practice already. Everything from here is just sweet and slow. Good. All right, stretch your legs out. You can walk them a little bit wide, keeping your knees bent. Take your hands by the sides, fingers can face out. And just a couple of windshield wipers here. Oh. Ooh. Good. All right, last one. Come back to center. Take a look behind you. I like to make sure you have enough room behind you for your head. Come on down. You can hold on to the back of one thigh and slowly lower yourself down. Don't bring your knees into your chest, resist the urge. But I do want you to come into constructive rest. So walk your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And then let your knees fall in just for a moment. And now go ahead and walk your feet back in line with your hips and bend your elbows coming into like these robot arms. Fingers are active. You're pressing the triceps and the elbows down. So we're moving into Setu Bandha Sarvangasana or bridge pose. So with your feet, making sure that the rule of thumb really is that you should be able to touch the back of your heel with your index finger. So go ahead and see if that's possible. And once you've got that, because the reason why you don't want your feet so far away is you don't want to get into your hamstrings. You want to keep the hamstrings out of this equation. So press the feet down, activate your inner thighs, navel in. Notice your shoulder blades and make sure that they're firmly planted on your mat. You want your spine in neutral, so the lower back is off, base of sacrum heavy. Press the elbows down, take your inhale and lift up, pelvis up. Exhale, pause. Take a moment, recalibrate, check in. Where are your feet? Did you roll out to the edges? Ground down to your big toe mounds. Charge the feet up, charge the inner thighs up, turn on your glutes. Once you squeeze the butt to get the hips up, you have to activate the inner thighs to prevent the external rotation of your hips. Gently press the back of your head into the mat. You want to keep the back of the neck long. From here, you can keep these robot arms if you like that, or take the arms underneath you and wrap the shoulders or tuck them under. Take another full breath into the back and sides of the body. And on your exhalation, lift your chest up more, or should I say closer towards your chin. Breathe. Let's have a little fun with our bridge pose. So come up onto the balls of your feet. Bring your right knee into your chest and stretch the right foot up towards the ceiling. Flex the ankle, spread your toes, circle through the ankle. Rebend your right knee. Bring it back down, the foot back down. Go ahead and change sides. Can you lift your left knee into the chest without letting the pelvis drop? And then stretch the left leg up. Flex your ankle, circle through. Rebend and replace. Bring your heels down. Walk your hands out and the arms and shoulders out and slowly lower back down. Feet wider than hips, knees in, constructive rest. If Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow or wheel pose is part of your practice and you feel like you're ready to go for it, you can, or you can come back to bridge once again, your choice. Let you decide for yourself. So we're going to go up again in bridge, or you're going to take your wheel pose. So bring the feet back together, or should I say back to hips distance. You can skip the robot arms and keep your arms extended, or if you like the help, that steadiness it helped to bring to the ascension into the asana, go ahead with it. Otherwise, you can take the arms long. On your inhale, lift your hips up. Good. And exhale, hold. Remember to keep your head still. If you want to look around, lower your bum. Play with your bridge pose, or stay perfectly still. And when you're ready, slowly release. Keeping your knees bent, take your right knee into your chest and cross the ankle on the top of the left. So this is going to be like a mouthful. We're coming into a twist, one of my favorite yin twists. I honestly don't remember the name right now, so let's just call it a twist. So take the left foot over to the right, move your hips over like a hammock, so you can lift the booty up, swing them over like a hammock, and then lower yourself onto your outer left hip and take the right foot to the floor. So both shoulder blades are heavy on your mat, right knee's pointing up towards the sky. You can turn your head to look over to the right if you wish. I kind of prefer to keep my head still and looking straight up. So there is another pose we can go into from here and we might explore it. But for now, let's just stay in the twist. So the left hand, you can take the left hand and move the right knee away from you. Or you can grab the foot and bring the foot in closer to you. And then hold that position there. My preference for arms as well is above my head, plus my wall doesn't allow me to come into that capital letter T. But you can play with the arm positions that serve your shoulder, and that will allow your shoulder blades to be on your mat. Okay, so that's what you want. If your shoulder blades are off, please take a towel and wedge underneath the shoulder blade that is lifted so you can allow yourself that room and that space to relax. And just focus on your breath. Now I mentioned variation. Oh dear, the wall is really inhibiting me. So, but essentially what it would look like is you would, I would say choose one or the other. If you're bendy enough and you can go for both at the same time, take both. But one option is, maybe I'll turn around this way and see if I can show you. So we're in this wonderful pretzel-like shape. So being mindful of the right hip, you take the left hand and grab a hold of the baby toe side edge of your right foot and straighten it out. Okay, so this is one option. You can take the right hand to the right hip crease and move the hip down so you keep an equal amount of space on the left and the right side from the base of the ribs to the top of the hip. Okay, that's option one. Those of us that need that outer hip IT band type like stretch would go for this. Those of us, the other option now is to add a little bit more to this by grabbing your left foot with your right hand and kicking into that so you get a quad stretch as well. Huh. I usually say pick one, pick a struggle, you know? Do one or the other. But if you feel comfortable in both, go for it. And then slowly release. Come back to center. So untangle your legs, come back to center and take a moment here. That was a lot. Constructive rest is like my go-to. And then we're going to repeat that on the second side. So I think I need to turn back around. But now the left foot will cross over your right. So you start in that reclined pigeon or figure four, kickstand the right foot over, lift your bum up, swing it over so you can get the right, come onto the right hip. And to facilitate that as well, you need to move your right foot over a little bit more so it's out of your way, and then roll onto the outer right hip, but keep your shoulder blades down. Left knee is pointing up towards the earth. I mean the sky. Oh, good grief. All the turning and twisting around has turned and twisted me around. Good. I would say if you can comfortably grab the outer edge of your left foot while you're in this twist with the knee up, you could potentially go into that other variation. You can also grab the thigh if the foot isn't within reach, or use a strap. So when you're ready, so this is what I mean with the variation. Rather than grabbing the foot, you can always stretch the leg out, but just hold the thigh here above the knee joint. You're still going to get an outer hip stretch, and it's definitely going to deepen your twist. So the choice is yours to take it to where you can manage with the greatest of ease and comfort. Remember, letting go of those expectations and the pressures we put on ourselves. Either grabbing both feet, left hand to right foot, right hand to outer left foot. And then very slowly release. Make your way onto your back once again. And here's where I'll turn it over to you to do your favorite symmetrical pose. So you can come back to constructive rest, which is my go-to, or take it into happy baby, or maybe a little free standing wall, legs up the wall, or good old knees into chest. You choose for yourself. Or maybe you want to sit up and take a forward fold. The choice is yours. If you're a headstander, go for it. And then go ahead and extend your legs, 1 foot to each corner of your mat. Arms slightly away from your body with your palms facing up. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And just slowing your breath all the way down. And enjoying the next few minutes of relaxation. Once again, becoming aware of your body and of your breath. Beginning to wake and move your body. Moving the fingers or the toes. Taking an inhale, you can reach your arms above your head, stretch your body out. And exhale, big sigh, let it all go. Draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a great big hug and squeeze. And bring your feet to the floor, make your way onto the side and just pause there for a moment. If you're ready to come right up, you can do that too. And come in a little closer to you. Go ahead and bring your hands together at your heart in Anjali. We're going to close our practice today with the sound of Om. Taking an inhale and exhale through the mouth first, and then inhale and exhale Om. So take a deep breath in. And then inhale. I want to thank you all so much for joining me this morning and choosing to share your practice with me and trusting me to guide you through it from my heart to yours. Be free, be true, and always be you. Blessed be. Unfortunately, I cannot unmute you. Hey, Miko. Hi, come say hi. Yes. Hello, Miko. Come meet. Ooh. This is Debbie and Megan and